Richard, real quick, just tell us about the Probellum promotions.
Oh, very exciting. It's going to be a big weekend for us. Big show in Dubai with two world title fights, Sonny Edwards and Casemiro and Butler, and some other great fighters on. The legendary Nietes, Donny Nietes, the Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist, Cholalov. So great top to bottom card. And then, of course, here, our Probellum fighter, Nonito Donaire, defending his WBC world title. It's going to be a great card, and that's what Probellum stands for, to bring exciting fights to fight fans all around the world.
You seem to be reinvented yourself with this new promotional company. You signed a lot of great, veteran, experienced fighters. Nonito is one of them. Just talk to us about the future of Nonito, and what kind of fights do you want for your fighters?
Well, we really have a very global platform at Probellum. Since we started 2 months ago, we executed about 25 co-promotion and partnership agreements with some of the leading promoters from around the world, whether if it is in Puerto Rico or in Mexico or in Canada or in smaller markets like Ghana, Africa. So we really want to elevate the sport. We are looking at the sport as a truly global platform, and we are a global brand, a global company. We are signing young fighters, we are signing established world champions like Nonito Donaire, we are signing emerging world champions. So we really are a platform, a global platform for any fighter who is interested and who is a free agent.
Nonito said up here that he's obviously not looking past Reymart Gaballo here, but he trusts you to take him forward, moving on with his career. Obviously, knowing Casemiro, the big unifications that he wants to be undisputed. But not looking past Gaballo, but what do you think about knowing Casemiro in the future?
Well, you know, there's Paul Butler as well, so that's why it's a big weekend for the 118-pound weight class with two world title fights taking place the same time. And we can talk a little bit more at the post-fight press conference when we know what happened, but Nonito made it clear he doesn't care who those other two champions are. He wants to fight them. If it's Butler, if it's Casemiro, or if it's Inoue, or all of them, he'll fight all of them. It's really remarkable if you think about it. He's 39 years old now. He's already a 9-time world champion in 4 different weight classes, and at this point in his career, he wants to become undisputed. I mean, it really is a throwback fighter. You see as well how he represents the sport today at the press conference. In my 20+ years, I've never seen that. The opponent at that level, I mean, Nonito translating for his opponent on that level for a world title fight. He's a true gentleman, Nonito Donaire. He's an asset to the sport, and he keeps pushing himself, and he shows all of us, whether you're a fighter or not a fighter, that if you set your will and your mind to it, anything is possible.
With other fighters you're working, you have to keep working with, you have to keep your eye on every division. Speaking of undisputed, that's what Nonito wants to accomplish, but did you see George Kambosos win over Teofimo Lopez, and then Isaac Cruz performance against Gervonta Davis? What do you think of the 135-pound division?
Well, you know, I think there's so many exciting fights, there's so many exciting fighters, and that is what makes the sport so thrilling. You just never know. And sometimes when you are the favorite, you know, when you look at some of those odds, 8-1, 9-1, 12-1 favorites, at that level, that shouldn't exist, because sometimes when you are the legend, when you are the superstar like Gervonta Davis or like Teofimo Lopez, and you're fighting somebody who is basically by the media, by the fight fans, and by the sports book given no chance, this makes those fights that much closer. Because what happens, it's normal, you know, the fighter who is supposed to win and is such a prohibitive favorite maybe in training takes a step less, maybe mentally underestimates the opponent, and suddenly fights which should have been clear victories don't become clear victories, and sometimes they become losses, as we've seen with Teofimo Lopez. So that is a lesson for any fighter. Like, look at Nonito Donaire. He's fighting a guy who is like, what, 15 years younger than him, 14 years younger than him, is undefeated, is a big puncher. Nonito is Reymart Gaballo's idol. So, and I knew that, and I told Nonito that, not that I have to, because he is a pro and he understands it. This is the kind of fight where you have everything to lose, and if you don't prepare properly, because this other guy, Gaballo, is coming with everything he has, because this is his time, it's his opportunity, and this is why fighters, you cannot underestimate anybody. And I'm not saying that Lopez underestimated Kambosos, but he probably did a little bit, and the same is with Gervonta Davis, and you see what happens. So that's why we love the sport. You just never know. You've got to watch every fight. You've got to watch every round.
Last thing, as a promoter, how would you approach Teofimo Lopez's career now? Any advice for Teofimo Lopez?
Well, I think he's such an exciting fighter, and he evokes emotions in people. Some hate him, some love him. The kind of talk he has, the kind of talk his father has. It sort of like reminds me a bit about Danny Garcia's father back in the day. It's colorful, it's hype, that's what the sport needs. Teofimo Lopez is an asset to the sport of boxing, and he said it right. He's going to go back to the drawing board. That's what I would do. And then probably the right move for him is, since he's been at that 135-pound weight class for so long, and we all knew that he had some issues making weight, maybe the right move, not maybe, definitely my opinion, the right move for him is to move up and go and fight the biggest fights there again. I can't wait to see Teofimo Lopez fight again.
Cool, like always, it's a pleasure talking to you, Richard. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.